Welcome back to Down to Earth Mystic for another pick a deck reading. So if you'd like, take a moment, pause the screen that you're seeing now and decide which deck is calling to you. The first one is Crystal Visions Tarot. The second one is Angel Tarot. And the third one is Tarot of Dreams. So go ahead and pause it, decide, and click on the timestamp coordinating below.
For those of you who chose the Crystal Visions Tarot, this will be your reading. I'm going to do a past, present, and future, and then a clarifier for each of those three. So, starting out with the past, then the present, and then the future. So, we'll put the clarifiers down already, and we'll flip those when it's time. So, for the past, it looks like you were waiting for your ship to come in, and you were really looking forward to something in the future, something you knew you just needed to patiently wait for, and that it was all going to work out. But you probably had your times of wavering your faith. And in the present, we've got the Sun, which is the happiest card. Just to make sure you can see all these. This was your past, the Three of Wands. Your present, the Sun. And then future will be Four of Wands. We're not there yet. But for the Sun, yeah, it's like one of the happiest cards. It can represent having a child, which so does the Empress. Well, the Empress, I guess, is more like being pregnant, and so the Sun is having a child. But please do not consider that not your reading if you're not having a kid. It can be the birth of something new. Like an Empress is going to be like something is about to be born. The Sun is like, it is born. It is a thing. It has come into fruition. So it sounds like in the present, you already know what this thing is, and it is taking place. But if there's any question of if it's what's right for you, then I would say absolutely, it is what's right for you. Everything is looking really strong. And then for the Four of Wands, this can be stable love, stable, pretty much everything really, really happy. So what a great lineup to begin with. With the clarifier, we've got the Ten of Wands. There you go, the Ten of Wands. For the past and the present, we've got the Two of Pentacles, and in the near future, the Four of Swords. So that's interesting. You've got two fours in your future, and then all of the clarifiers are minor arcana, and the main cards are minor arcana, major arcana. So kind of the center right now is going to be very important for how things turn out. If the near future is actually going to take place, it's going to matter on if you stay present, stay focused on what you really want. In the past, it looks like when you were waiting, you were really, really feeling defeated. You were just really thinking, when is this going to happen? Why isn't it already happening? And now that it's here, it's interesting how there's kind of this feeling of like, is this really happening? Oh yeah, totally, this is what's really happening. And then, is this really happening? The Two of Pentacles can kind of be like going back and forth. It can also be kind of juggling a lot of things at once. So it sounds like even though everything's really happy, a part of you might be feeling really kind of overwhelmed, maybe? Not necessarily, but you just have a whole lot on your plate. And then it looks like in your near future, we've got not only stability and happiness and love and potentially family life, but we've also got rest and healing in your near future. So it sounds like you've gone from like distraught, when is this going to happen, to it's happening, oh my gosh, is really real, to really settling in. Four of Wands and Four of Swords, both four is stability. So really settling into what this beautiful thing is that's here now, and you're just really going to it's almost like, even though now is the happiness and the future is still happiness but more stable, it's almost like, rather than being back and forth of like, is this really happening? I think it is. In the future, you're going to be like, okay, yes, this has happened, this is happening, this is sticking around. So really, really beautiful reading. Really happy for everybody. Please comment below with what this was for you and how this worked out for you. I really would love to hear everybody's comments. Oh my gosh, this is such a happy reading. I'm super looking forward to hearing how that went for you. I hope you have a lovely day. All right, for those of you who chose the Angel Tarot, this is your reading. Just gonna do a quick little shuffle, and then I will turn over the cards for you to see. We'll do a past, a present, and a future, and then a clarifier for, put this underneath, and a clarifier for each of those three. So we've got the past, the present, and the future. Make sure you can see very well, and then we'll go ahead and put the clarifiers face down until it's time to talk about those. So in the past, we've got the Three of Wands, which is, this is kind of waiting for your ship to come in, and really patiently waiting. It does say at the bottom, abundance, things look very good. Have patience at this time, make long-term plans. So it's coming, you know it's coming, but having the patience is going to be critical was in the past. Very critical in assuring the best result. And so then we've got in the present, which is the Wheel of Fortune. And it does say a time of positive change, a situation suddenly moves forward, fortune is on your side. So awesome. Hopefully with all that waiting, you're actually seeing it, but know that it is actually what you've been waiting for, okay? It might feel potentially too good to be true, but it is actually a fantastic time right now, and you can trust that that is the positive result you were hoping for. In your near future, we've got the Queen of Water, which is the same as the Queen of Cups. And I apologize here when I said the Three of Wands. It's technically in this deck the Three of Fire, but that is fire as the element of the Wands suit. So with the near future of the Queen of Cups, it says at the top, tender-hearted, empathetic, patient, loving. At the bottom, which this would be like characteristics of a person with that the Queen of Water or the Queen of Cups would be representing. And as a situation, it is relationships develop to a new level, trust your intuition, care for yourself and others. So Queen of Wands I generally think of as kind of intuition, really honing in on your intuition and trusting it. And it sounds like it's also even kind of like your interaction with someone else as a positive result, and you know, taking care of yourself, having that nurturing aspect of you. Kind of think of that more of as a Queen of Pentacles, but in this deck it's bringing that into you know, bring that into the emotional side of it too, and not just the values side of it with the Queen of Pentacles. So let's look a little bit deeper into the clarifiers. So in the past, we've got the Six of Fire or the Six of Wands, clarifying the past of you waiting for your ship to come in. And it says victory, good news is on its way, public recognition or rewards. So that really just amplifies what we were talking about here with the Three of Fire or Three of Wands, where not only were you anticipating and planning for it, like it was just, it was somewhat guaranteed, it was already coming. You know, that victory and good news is on its way. I mean, that just, those two couldn't have supported each other much better. Now in the present, the clarifier is the Ace of Air or Ace of Swords. It says, brilliant new ideas and inspiration, seeing the truth in the situation, a challenging beginning. So as I mentioned, you may be kind of questioning, is this really true? And so with a challenging beginning, but you're also seeing the clarity, or you're seeing that it is the truth. You may be feeling like a little bit iffy about it, but it is truly something you can trust. It is a beautiful shift in energy and shift in your situation. Now, for the clarifier for the near future, we've got the Knight of Earth. And it says, loyal, dedicated, honorable, kind, and time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments. A guardian angel. Now, I feel like the Knight of Earth and the Queen of Water coming together does somewhat indicate the possibility of either you and one other person, a water sign, which would be, say, Pisces, Scorpio, and... oh goodness, I'll get back to you on that one. Maybe it's just a Pisces or a Scorpio. There is a third water sign, but it has totally skipped my mind right now. And then possibly an air sign, which would be Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. So it could be you're one of these, or you'll have two people in your life, but essentially your near future does look like you're not only nurturing people, but you're really honoring a commitment that was predetermined that you would do. So sounds like you've kind of been, you were fretting a little bit about, or maybe not even fretting, maybe actually you had full trust, but either way you knew that something either you wanted to come was potential, or you knew it was coming and you were trusting that it was going to. Something did happen, something did shift. It is, you know, positive, it is here and you're here now. And it might be a little bit of a, felt like a little bit of a shaky step into that new beginning, but it was still very stable, as much as you may not have, or you may not be feeling like it is. And then in your near future, you may have a water sign or earth sign kind of being a part of that strong transition, like the next level of it. But either way, it looks like you're definitely like honoring your commitments, and you've got spirit guides on your side. You've got a guardian angel on your side to help you. So you may actually, after that little bit of a challenging beginning that you have right now, or the little bit of the unsureness yet clarity at the same time, in your present, you're actually going to probably feel a lot more confident about it in your near future. So I know that was kind of all over the place, but it's really difficult to get super specific with this being a general reading, and can apply to many situations. But regardless, your waiting is over, your good news is happening. Trust that it is happening. You've got some help on the way. There's going to be some nurturing and really stepping into the situation. So hope that was helpful. Please comment below with any questions that you have, or please let me know how this has been helpful for you. And I hope you have a lovely day. All right, for those of you who chose the Tarot of Dreams deck, this will be your reading. We will do a past, present, and future card with a clarifier for all three. And without further ado, here we are. So we've got the past, the present, and the future. And then the clarifiers will turn over after we've touched on the primary cards here. So what we have here, we've got in your past, Justice. So it looks like something happened exactly how it needed to. The effort you put in is the effort, or it directly directed or directly caused the result. So if you were kind of lazy about it, then that's probably not the most positive result. If you were very diligent about it, you've got everything that could have and should have happened as a result for your efforts, or that may have happened regarding someone around you. So in the present is the moon, and so the moon is about secrets, either secrets revealed or secrets remaining. You'll know for you how that applies, but it sounds like maybe justice was served and now there's some secrets. It's a strange transition. We're going to go a little bit further. I think those clarifiers are going to be very helpful. And then in your near future, we've got faith. That is the same as the Hierophant, which is kind of spiritual knowledge and spiritual wisdom. So it kind of flows a little bit better now that we involve the near future. It sounds like something very judicial and something very structured and just so, kind of cut and dry, but balanced from your past is leading into something that's a little bit secretive. And even though there was that justification, which seemed more direct, more obvious, shifting into like something secretive or something hazy seems like a mystery to you. You've got questions about how it's going and why it's happening. And that, I feel, in your near future is going to reveal kind of a spiritual lesson, a spiritual knowledge. And something is going to make a lot more sense. So I'm curious if maybe in some people's cases the justified result, you were like, well, why was it like that? You know, in the near future, you're like, why was that the result? And it's going to turn into some actual deep growth and healing. So let's look a little deeper into the clarifier. So we've got the Ten of Swords as the Justice. So it sounds like the the justice didn't feel like justice to you. You were actually very heavy. You felt very heavy about that. And so that kind of explains a little bit more why you would be in a sense of mystery. Here, let me actually show you that card a little bit better. You can see why I'm saying that was so heavy in that imagery. Something very heavy didn't feel just to you. So let's look at the clarifier and why you've got mystery. Okay, so you may have felt kind of left out in the cold. This is the Five of Pentacles. You may have felt kind of left out in the cold, and so this is starting to come together a little bit better. It sounds like the right thing happened, which did make you feel heavy. It did make you feel kind of left, or you now feel kind of left out in the cold, and you're like, why? Well, why did that happen? I mean, that doesn't even feel right, but trust that it was the right thing. And so it may actually be, for example, for some, like a relationship ended and it was the right thing, and you're like, but that feels so wrong. It feels so off. Like, why did it have to end? And it sounds like that's leading into some very deep spiritual growth. Let's see how it clarifies. Okay, so this is the Three of Coins, which I see as like a collaboration card. And so I'm actually reading this very like fluidly as something justified happened. Now you're like, why? That shouldn't have happened. This isn't right. This doesn't feel comfortable. You're actually going to be deeply... you'll be deep in thought, basically, and you're going to learn a lot spiritually because of it in your future. It's going to make more sense in your near future. And this Three of Coins I see as like collaboration. And although I feel like there's another step coming, I'm actually going to pull another card to clarify your near future. It feels like there's a lesson to be learned. The universe is collaborating. You may actually be like co-conspiring with the universe of like, hey, this doesn't feel right. What's coming next? I feel like even though it is a lesson and that's why it happened, it's all going to come together. It's all going to make sense. So let's pull that last card to kind of get a little bit deeper. Okay. With the Five of Swords, it sounds like I can't give you clarification. As much as you want clarification, it's not going to come yet. It's not the right time for you to understand it. It's just a part of the process, a part of the healing. The Five of Swords can be basically mental confusion. So as much as I would love to just give you a happy ending and say this is why, it is part of the process, is part of the healing to have that kind of confusion. But let the universe know and co-conspire like, hey, you know, this, okay, it's coming together even more now. Say a relationship ended and it didn't feel right, and you're just left kind of confused, and there is something very deep happening, a deep growth happening, but you can't know yet why. It will still be revealed, but you've just got to let go of thinking so much about it. You've got to just feel what is right. Allow the universe to bring to you what is truly meant for you. And I mean, I just know this from experience. It's not showing up in the cards, but when you do let it go, when you do allow the universe to bring you what is really meant for you, this was all going to make sense. This is just going to, you're believe it or not, I full-heartedly believe that you will be thankful that you went through this pain and this lesson, and you initially wanted to really think it apart, like think it to pieces and overthink it and just really focus on why in your head. That's not the answer. This is a spiritual lesson. Everything's coming together, and it will coming together, and it's just, you might not even understand it in the near future, but it is. You'll gradually get a little closer and a little closer to what the real happiness is. It's just, you know, stay out of your mind, follow your heart, and stay out of like the thinking mode of trying to understand it. You're not going to understand it yet. It'll be when the lesson is learned that it's just going to hit you like, duh, that's why. And then that next phase will take place, and it'll make so much more sense. So I know this might not have been comforting, but hopefully it felt confirming that you're like, yeah, really, why? And the truth is that you can't know yet. You're too stuck. Like right now, you're too focused on the past. Stay focused on the now and know that there's a lesson here, and it is going to make so much more sense, but thinking about it's not going to help. Just allow your heart to heal. Allow yourself to be surrounded by people that love you, that truly love you in a way that is respectful. And allow the time to bring in the healing, and you'll look back on this as probably, wow, I totally get it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe a year from now, or maybe a week from now. It just depends on what your particular situation in the growth is. But you'll look back on it and say, wow, I totally get it now. Yes. Thinking about it didn't do me any good. Like, there's no way to actually figure it out. You just had to see what's coming in, allow what's coming in to not necessarily just replace what was in the past, but to clarify and clear out what what you thought was good for you, and you're going to realize that there's something so much better for you. So I hope that was helpful. I know that was a little bit of a deep one, a little bit of a heavy one, but just know thinking about it is gonna just keep you in that state of discomfort. Letting go, following your heart, allowing the universe to kind of lead you to the next step is what is going to bring you peace. So I hope that was helpful. Please comment below with any questions. I look forward to reading those comments, and I hope you have a lovely day.